Hey guys, what's going on? So I'm just a bit annoyed right now. This whole like notion where people think they're like conservative good, liberal bad, right? It kind of reminds me of Animal Farm, where at first they were like 4 legs good, 2 legs bad, right? But it's just this very like reductionist way of looking at things. And I know I got a lot of my following within the past year or so because, I was speaking about, and I still have these same ideas about, I think right now woke black conservatives are like, they're all the rage, but for those of you who've been with me for a long time, a lot of you new people don't know that I've been doing this shit for 10 years, I consider myself a patriot and a truth seeker. I have some conservative values and have some liberal values, and it's just really annoying when people want to box you and you have to keep explaining yourself. You have to ask me what I think about certain subjects, as they come. But for the most part, yeah, I don't like victim mentality, but I don't think that serves anybody, whether you're like a morbidly obese 300-pound person or you're a black person. It doesn't serve you to be the victim because you never grow up. It keeps you in the state of arrested development where you're dependent on somebody to help you. You're dependent on somebody for your happiness. You're just dependent. You're infanticized like an infant, So, I don't know. I'm not going to say the situation, but some of you guys can probably guess. And I'm bored of conservatives just sticking with people that are obviously grifters and that are obviously, not nice people, not good people, because they're on our side. And, it's not really fair to demonize people that aren't, conservatives or aren't leftists or aren't on the right either. I think that there's a lot of misinformation going on. There's a lot of media manipulation going on. There is a lot of mind control and a lot of brainwashing, but we've all been brainwashed and mind controlled to some extent. But yeah, like I'll get mad at people sometimes and they'll come in and be like, oh, it's the Democrats. It's not just the fucking Democrats, okay? This is what you have to look for. You have to look for people's actions, and you have to be aware that this lust for power is a thing of human nature, and it doesn't matter what party you're associated with. It doesn't matter what what race you are. It's power. And are you gonna lie? You're going to be a wolf in sheep's clothing and pretend that you care about a bunch of people and raise a lot of money for the black community and not do shit about it? Because BLM and Blexit both do that. Just so you know. And then I know I'm gonna get people that are gonna be pissed. Yeah, don't get pissed at me. Get pissed at who you donated your money to. Don't shoot me. I'm the messenger. I don't donate to stuff like that unless I know where the money's going. I'd rather donate my time or my services or something physical to somebody, or if I know them and they have my trust, but I don't really, I guess I have donated to people, but I've really taken time to like feel them out and see who they are. You work hard for your money. Even when I ask you, I appreciate the few patrons that I have, and I'm trying to get more, and I appreciate it. But hopefully they've taken time to like scope me out and made the decision that I stand for their values and I produce content that they like and that is of value to them, instead of just throwing my money away, or throwing their money away to them because I said one thing that I agreed with. But I feel like a lot of conservatives, they do that. They're just like, oh, like, this person is a different, they think different, so I'm just gonna give them all my money because I've never met a black person before that thinks like that. Well, there's lots of us that think different and think a certain way, yeah, it's just really annoying though that people are still kind of, in this, it's like they move from one side of the political spectrum to the other. And I've had my reasons for when I did vote for Trump, and when I did the second time, I didn't vote for him the first time. But, I don't really have faith in our voting system, and I don't think that a lot of our problems are going to be solved by voting for the right person. And I think that people that just think that they're going to go to a they're gonna go to a voting booth and check something off, and that they've done their part. Like, that's bullshit. So you know, if you guys really want to be happy, if you really want to see real change, you need to figure out like what you're passionate about. You need to figure out where you can help people. Are you going to help people by helping people in your community? Do you have an idea that you can implement? Can you donate to somebody that you feel is helping the community instead of like the most popular person that's just put in front of your face? Can you do that? You know, because I feel like a lot of people do that. And then when somebody criticizes that person that they like, they get offended, and they wanna like defend the person, but I really feel like they're defending their ego instead of actually looking what the person that is criticized is being criticized about. So yeah, it's just very annoying. It's just still like it's devolving us as a country, as a human race, to really get too tied up in politics. And you know, you can love this country, but this country was not based on politics. It was based on ideals. And you know, I think that we'll get somewhere when we stand true to these ideals and we fight for these ideals, instead of really worrying about who is in what party and getting criticized when somebody, like, you know, criticizes your team. It's like fucking gang mentality. It's no better. You know, I look at the Democratic Party and the Republican Party, and even libertarians sometimes. Libertarians get on my nerves too. The same thing. It's like fucking gang mentality. It's no better than the Crips or the Bloods. It's just like a more sophisticated version without the physical street violence. But it's the same shit. Believe you me, it's the same shit. So anyway, that's just my thoughts. I'm gonna have a live show. It's not on YouTube because I don't have 1,000 subscribers yet, but I'll pop in that day on YouTube, and it will be on Facebook, I think DLIVE, a few other places I'm streaming. But I said the 2nd, but it might be the 1st. But it will be either Thursday or Friday of next week. I will let you know like a day or so before. And it will be in the morning sometimes. So if you guys want to call and talk about what I said, I will be happy to, whether you agree with me or disagree with me. That's it, y'all. All right, I love you. I will see you next week. I can't wait to talk to some of y'all. Peace, truth, love. Bye-bye. Mwah.